helpful tips on how to deal with co-parenting problems is licensed marriage and family therapist Donna Wilburn. So those are some great examples of people doing it well and doing it right.
Yes, and I have to tell you, I work for family court a lot. A lot of them don't do this well at all.
Yeah, because I'm sure when you split, there's a reason you split. So you probably, the couples don't always like each other. There's money problems. There's, you know, how to raise the children. So what are some of the biggest pitfalls that we can avoid?
Well, I think one of the things that influences co-parenting the most is carrying over the hurt from the divorce or the rejection or the relationship. It's really the parent that is hurt and angry and can't let go of that seems to create the most problems when it comes to co-parenting.
Like kind of take your feelings about the relationship out of being a parent, right?
So I advise that if you're having a hard time co-parenting, if you're still angry or hurt, really you need to get that resolved so that you can be the healthiest parent for your child. Yeah,
don't turn your kid into a therapist and talk about all the problems.
Please don't.
Because the thing is, you could have another husband or wife, but they'll never have another mother or father.
Right. So when it comes to communicating with your other parent, there are a few things that you can do to make this go smoothly rather than fight and argue all the time. Okay. So number one is stick to the facts. When you're communicating with each other, it's about scheduling, appointments, who needs to be where, who needs to do what. Not your lovely advice on how bad they're parenting. Not how they should do this, that, or whatever different with the child because that's how you do it, so that's how they should do it.
Now, is it tough if you are kind of a strict parent and you have got these rules in place and maybe you're with a child mostly, and then all of a sudden, you know, the other's parent takes them and kind of undoes some of your good work.
That's what can happen with divorces because really you don't have a say in how they parent now that you're divorced. But I have to say, if you want to co-parent well, the houses being the most similar, the rules the most similar, works the best for the child. But if you're having a problem, don't go being the therapist for that person saying you need to do this different because all you're doing is picking a fight.
And also money issues too can be tough because, you know, with child support or who's going to pay for the schooling or this daycare. But if it really becomes an issue that you can't work out, there's courts to deal with that.
There's ways to go that. Don't be the person telling them what to do. All you're doing is picking a fight. So that's number one. The other is, okay, so let's say your co-parent likes to criticize you and give their opinion on how bad you're doing. Okay, don't take the bait. Do not respond to that. Do not give that attention. Don't argue back. Don't defend yourself. Just ignore what they're saying because as soon as you respond, now you guys are in an argument. As soon as you defend yourself, now your guys are going to be in a fight.
Almost like campaign ads, just so because they attack, you don't attack back, right?
If that's how they do it, that's a good idea. Okay?
And kids are smarter than you think. When they start to grow up, they will realize what the real truth is. And
parents seem to forget that kids have brains too. They will eventually figure this out.
And we got to always remember too, I think, with any situation like that, that it's your feelings are not as important as your children's well-being and health. You know, so
that is
kind of put the hurt aside.
That's good to say because that's hard to remember sometimes.
Well, Donna, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Quickly, and one quick last point.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Depend on the dependable. So a lot of times your co-parent is moody. You don't know if they're going to agree or not. Either get it by email or get it on paper, or have a backup plan because a lot of times things fall through.
Have a paper trail just in case. All right, Donna. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, later in the show, we'll discuss how to, how improper parenting can cause insecurity in kids and lead them to embarrassing situations. We'll talk to an expert about that coming up. All right, Jason.
Thanks.